Now, so in this video, we are going to cover straight lines. The chapter straight lines is very easy compared to what you think it is. It is basic geometry, and we are going to solve it the way you believe it's easiest. So, lines. What is a line? This is a line. Okay. Distance between. Let's revise what we have learned already. Okay? Distance between 2 points formula: root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Midpoint formula: x2 plus x1 by 2, y1 y2 plus y1 by 2. Section formula: m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2, m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. Area of triangle is equal to 1 by 2 modulus of x1 y2 minus y3 plus x2 y3 minus y1 plus x3 y1 minus y2 modulus. Now, we are going to cover slope of a line, parallel lines, what are equal lines, their slopes, and every other thing which is in NCERT, and we are going to go out of NCERT for this video. Okay? Let us start with the basic principle. What is slope of a line? Imagine I have a line. Okay? Imagine this is a plane. This is a plane. I have a line. Now, in this line, what is the formula of this line? General formula of a straight line is y is equal to mx plus c. Okay? General formula for a line is y is equal to mx plus c. Now, what is a slope? Normally, if you see the mountains, what do you call this? You call this a slope. Now, slope is the number which tells how much a line is tilted. Okay, how much a line is tilted. Now, if I take this line, it's 1 by 2. If it's 1 by 2, then the line is tilted 1 by 2, half. It's tilted in the half of the direction. Okay. Now, moving on, let's see the formula for line. Now, slope is usually denoted by m. M is equal to tan theta. Okay. M is equal to tan theta is equal to delta y by delta x is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Okay. What is formula for a slope? M is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Now, imagine I have a line. Imagine I have a point 3, 2, 1, 1. Okay. Now, find the slope of this line. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2 minus 1 by 3 minus 1. So it's 1 by 2. Okay. The slope of the line is 1 by 2. Now, tan theta is equal to tan inverse 1 by 2. Okay. Moving on, let's see how parallel lines and perpendicular lines form slopes. So now moving on, seeing angle inclination. Now, the slope depends on the theta of the line. Okay. Theta determines positive and negative slope. Okay. Imagine you have acute angle. Now, always you take positive theta from this direction, anti-clockwise. So we are taking theta, positive theta. Now, if this is acute angle, tan 45 degree. Imagine this is 45 degree. Tan 45 degree gives 1. So it's a positive slope. Alright. Now, take it in the second case. Imagine this is 135 degree. Tan theta, tan 135 degree gives negative 1. So the slope is negative. If negative slope, it moves like this, and positive moves from left to right. Negative slopes move from left to right, and positive slopes move from right to left. Okay? Now, taking a case of theta, okay? If the line is perpendicular, what do you do? If the line is perpendicular, so theta is 90 degree. So tan theta, as per formula tan theta, tan 90 is equal to undefined. So the slope of a line which is perpendicular to the x-axis is undefined. Okay. There are three cases: when it is acute, it is positive slope; when it is obtuse, it is negative slope; and when it is 90 degree, it is undefined slope. Okay. Understood? If you have any doubts, you have to put it in the comments. Moving on, next is parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Okay. So moving on to parallel lines. Moving on to parallel lines. Imagine there are two lines, L1 and L2. Okay. The distance will at every point will be same between them. And imagine there's a theta. Let theta 1 be 45 degree. If theta 1 is 45 degree, theta 2 will be also 45 degree since they are parallel. So the angular form will be equal. Now L1 parallel to L2. Am I right? Now tan theta 1 is equal to tan theta 2. Since tan 45 is equal to tan 45, tan theta 1 is equal to tan theta 2. So slope is equal to slope of one line is equal to slope of another line. Hence m1 is equal to m2. Okay. We have derived that tan theta is the same, so slope also will be the same. Okay. m1 is equal to m2. Now, in case of perpendicular lines, imagine I have two lines, L1 perpendicular to L2. So they will form 90 degree with each other. Alright, 90 degree with each other. So this will be 90 degree. Since that what will be opposite? Imagine this is alpha. This will be theta. For slopes running from left to right, the angle form will be outside because it is obtuse. Now, this is a straight line, x-axis is a straight line. So if this is beta, this is 180 minus beta. Okay, this will be 180 minus beta. Am I right? Now, from triangle AOB. Okay, from triangle AOB. From triangle AOB, what will you do? Theta, the triangle, and sum of all angles in a triangle, interior angles, 90 degree plus alpha plus 180 degree minus beta is equal to 180 degree. 180 will be cancelled. Alpha plus 90 degree gives beta. Now, tan beta will be, can I write tan beta? Finding the slope of this line, tan beta will be tan alpha plus 90 degree, tan alpha plus 90 degree. Now, imagine from the coordinate geometry, alpha remains same, 90 degree. Look at 90 degree. If tan pi, if there is tan pi by 2, what will you do? You know that pi is equal to 180 degree. Pi is equal to 180 degree. So tan pi by 2 will change the coefficient. So cot alpha. Am I right? Cot alpha. So pi by 2, tan pi by 2 is positive or negative? Tan pi by 2 is positive or negative? Tan 90 falls in the first here, and tan 90 plus alpha, it means it falls in the second plane. Second plane tan is negative, so negative cot alpha. So and write cot alpha as tan alpha. tan alpha 1 by tan alpha and minus, so tan beta, hence tan beta is equal to negative 1 by tan alpha. Tan beta is m2 is equal to negative 1 by m1, hence m1 m2 is equal to negative 1. So in case of perpendicular lines, m1 m2 is equal to negative 1. Let's see why. We have to consider this triangle first. We have to find the angle 180 minus beta. Now we have to substitute beta value in tan beta. Alpha plus 90. Tan 90 plus alpha, it falls in second plane. Since pi by 2 you will change the sign, change the function. You will change tan to cot. You will add minus since in second quadrant tan is negative. Now negative cot alpha, I can write cot alpha as 1 by tan alpha, negative 1 by tan alpha. So tan beta is equal to negative 1 by tan alpha. Now taking in case of slopes, tan beta is equal to m2, tan alpha is equal to m1. So m1 into m2 is equal to negative 1. You have seen both cases, parallel lines and perpendicular lines. So now finding point slope form. Now they have given line passes through x1 comma y1 and slope is m. There is a line which is passing through a point x1 comma y1 and slope is equal to m. Now they have asked to find the equation of a line. You know the equation of line is equal to y equal to mx plus c. Now finding the equation of the line. We know that slope is equal to taking slope of 2 points y minus y1 by x minus x1. Am I right? Now x minus x1 into m is equal to y minus y1. Therefore equation of a line is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Now if there is 2 point slope, 2 point okay. Imagine they are given 2 points, like a line is passing, there is a point x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2. What will be the equation of the line? Let this point be x comma y. Find the equation of the line. Okay. Now use this formula here. You have y minus y1 is equal to slope between 2 points x2 minus x1 by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, change in x by change in y by change in x, and x minus x1. So when there is given a point and slope, the equation of line is this, and when there is given 2 points and no slope, the equation of the line is this. Okay. Nothing to worry, it's just basic calculation. You are substituting m value here and you are finding normal slope formula here. Okay. So moving on to the questions. Find distance between P x1 comma y1 and Q x2 comma y2 when PQ is parallel to y-axis and PQ is parallel to x-axis. This is a very simple thing, so we won't require a much bigger explanation. Imagine this is PQ for case 2. PQ is parallel to x-axis. Now, if it's parallel to x-axis, there will be y values y1 comma y2. But will there be any x values? Because when a line intersects, the x and y axis, it must form x1 comma y1. It must pass through x and y. So it would form x1 comma y1. Now, if it does not intersect x axis, will there be any x values? No. X will be 0 since it passes through y axis alone. Now, y will have y using distance formula. What will we do? Using distance formula, root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now, we won't have x2 minus x1, it will result in 0. So root and 2 will get cancelled. So y2 minus y1. Okay? Distance when PQ is parallel to x axis, this y2 minus y1. And similarly, when PQ is parallel to y axis, x value only will be there, y value will be 0 because it does not intersect y axis. Now, in case of PQ, in first case, the distance formula will be x2 minus x1. Okay? So let's see the next question. Without using distance formula, show that minus 2 comma minus 1, 4 comma 0, 3 comma 3, and minus 3 comma 2 are vertices of a parallelogram. Let's draw a parallelogram really quick. Okay? Really quick. Now, take this point minus 2 comma minus 1, 4 comma 0, 3 comma 3, and minus 3 comma minus 2. Okay? Taking this case now, I have to prove that it's a parallelogram. Okay, it's a parallelogram. I have to prove it. What are the properties of parallelogram? Opposite sides are parallel. Here, opposite sides are parallel. For lines that are parallel, we have seen that m1 is equal to m2 and m3 is equal to m4. If this is L3, this is L4, L3, L1, L2. We know that M1 is equal to M2, M3 is equal to M4. Then will it be a parallelogram? It will be a rectangle, but all rectangles are parallelogram. Am I right? You have seen in grade 8 of 9 that relations between shapes, all rectangles are parallelograms, but not all parallelograms are rectangles. Okay? Now, so we have to prove m1 is equal to m2. That is y2 minus y1. So x2 minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Okay? Now, what is the value of y2? It's 0 minus y1 minus 1 by x2, 4 minus x1 minus 2. What will you get? 1 by 6. Okay? 1 by 6, taking for this case, y2 minus y1, y2, y1, 3 minus minus 2, and 3 minus minus 3, 3 minus minus 3. So, the point is not minus 3 comma minus 2, but it's minus 3 comma 2. So, it will be plus 2 here. So what will you get? 3 minus 2? 1. Now, we have proved that m1 is equal to m2. One part is over. m3 is equal to m4. m3 equal to m4, you have to prove same thing. y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 for m4. Now, what will be for m3 slope? Y minus 1 minus 2 minus 1 minus of 2 by minus 2 minus of 3 minus 2 minus of minus 3, and for m4 it will be 0 minus 3 by 4 minus 3. Okay? 4 minus 3. Now, minus 1 minus 2, you will get minus 3 by minus 2 plus 3, you will get 1 is equal to minus 3 by 4 minus 3, 1. Minus 3 by 1. So we have proved that m1 is equal to m2, m3 is equal to m4, hence it's a parallelogram. Okay? Next question. Two lines L1 and L2 are given as L1 passes through A 2, 3 and B 6, 11. L2 passes through C minus 1, 5 and D K, 3. Find K if L1 parallel to L2 and L1 perpendicular to L2. L1. If slope of L1, we have 2 points, so as per 2-point formula, slope of M1 is equal to y minus y, which gets some normal slope, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. What will you result in? 11 minus 3 and 6 minus 2. 11 minus 3 is just 8 by 6 minus 2 is 4, so the slope is 2. You have found slope of one line. Now, they are asking if L1 is parallel to L2. If L1 is parallel to L2, we will know that M1 is equal to M2. If M1 is equal to M2, we know that M1 is equal to 2, M2 is equal to y2 minus y1, 3 minus 5 by k minus 1. K minus 1. Which will give minus 2 by k plus 1 is equal to 2. So, 2k plus 2 is equal to minus 2. Taking it to the right hand side. 2k is equal to minus 4. K is equal to minus 2. If L1 is parallel to L2, we will find that k is equal to minus 2. And if L1 is perpendicular to L2, M1 M2 equal to minus 1. M1 we know 2 into M2 is equal to minus 1. What is M2? Minus 2 by k plus 1. This is M2, am I right? M2. So, minus 2 by k plus 1 is equal to minus 1 by 2. Now, minus k minus 2 is equal to minus 4. K is equal to minus 2 by minus 1. So, k will be 2. In case 1, when L1 is parallel to L2, we have found that k is equal to minus 2. And when L1 is perpendicular to L2, we are using slope formula. We have derived from perpendicular lines M1 M2 is equal to minus 1. They are resulting in k equals to 2. Now, let's move on to the next concept, which is very important. So, moving on, intercept form. What is intercept form? Imagine I have a line running from point A to B. In that point, we are covering x-axis and y-axis. Am I right? From A, the line is passing through x and y-axis. If it passes at x-axis at A, 0 and y-axis at 0, B. Now, what will be the slope? Slope of L1 will be y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Am I right? If there is a point x, y and they are asking to find the equation of this line. We are not aware of the slope, right? So we are going to use 2-point slope form. Now, y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 whole into x minus x1. Now, what is y1 here? y1 is b, y1 is 0, x1 y1, x2 y2. So y minus 0 is equal to, what is y2 here? Y2 is b. What is y1? 0 by, what is x2? x2 is 0. What is x1? a into x minus x1, x minus what is x1? e. After multiplication, what will we get? Y by y is equal to b into x minus b into a by minus a. Now multiplying the minus, y is equal to minus bx plus ba by a. Now ay is equal to ab plus ab minus bx. Taking this to right hand side, ay minus ay plus bx is equal to ab. Dividing both sides by ab, ay by ab plus bx by ab is equal to ab by ab. Will result in x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. So what is intercept form? General intercept form, x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. Here marking x2 comma y2 as 0 comma b, x1 comma y1 as a comma 0. Taking a point x comma y which is general in the line. Finding the equation. What is the equation? We know 2 points, so we are using 2 point form of equation. Y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. Now y minus 0, b minus 0 by 0 minus a by x minus 0. We will get this, then simplifying you will get x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. This is the general form of interception. Okay. So I think that's enough for this video. In next video we'll cover questions based on intercept form and we'll move on to other general form of equations of line. Okay. I think if you have any doubts you must write it in the comments. I will check it out and solve it if possible in shorts. And see you in the next video, guys.